Life is a battlefield. Every single one of you sitting here today is a warrior on that field, and whether you win or lose depends on one thing: how you play the game. But let me tell you something, nobody gives you the rule book. Nobody hands you the manual and says how to conquer your doubts, fight your fears, and create the life you deserve. And that's exactly why you're here right now. Life is a battlefield. Every single one of you sitting here today is a warrior on that field. And whether you win or lose depends on one thing: how you play the game. But let me tell you something, nobody gives you the rule book. Nobody hands you the manual and says, here's how to conquer your doubts, fight your fears, and create the life you deserve. That's why most people settle for less than what they're capable of. That's why some dreams never leave the pillow. But you're here today because you're not willing to settle. You felt that pull, haven't you? That voice deep inside whispering, there's more for you out there. Maybe you've ignored it before. Maybe you've told yourself you'll get to it someday. But here's the truth. Someday isn't promised. The clock is ticking. And every second is an opportunity. You're either moving closer to the life you want or you're drifting further away from it. So let me ask you, what's it going to be? Are you ready to step up, to take back control and start living the life you were meant to live? Because if you are, I'm about to give you something that will change everything. I'm about to give you the 10 rules that will change your life. These rules aren't theories. They're not guesses. They're the truths that have been tested by the tough storms, by failure, by fear, by life itself. They are principles that work if you're ready to work for them. Let me make one thing clear before we dive in. This won't be easy. Changing your life is uncomfortable. It's messy. It's a process, but it's also the most worthwhile thing you'll ever do. I can promise you that. Because nothing feels better than walking through life knowing you didn't settle. Nothing feels better than looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing someone who showed up, someone who fought for their future. The first thing you need to understand is that success isn't about luck. It's about preparation. It's about choices. It's about discipline. Everyday life gives you two options. You can either take the easy way out or you can take the hard road that leads to growth. The easy road feels good in the moment, it's comfort, it's convenience, but it leads to regret. The hard road is the one where you wake up earlier than you want to. It's the one where you face your fears instead of running from them. It's the one where you choose discipline over excuses. That's the road that changes your life. Let's talk about failure because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. But here's the thing, failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Every great success story you've ever heard was built on a mountain of failures. The difference is those people didn't let failure stop them. They used it. They learned from it. They grew because of it. So when you fail and don't you dare quit. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I come back stronger? You also need to surround yourself with the right people. The people you keep close will either lift you up or drag you down. There's no in between. If you're surrounded by negativity, by doubt, by people who don't believe in you, it's going to weigh you down like an anchor. But when you surround yourself with people who push you, who inspire you, hold you accountable, that's when you soar. Let me tell you about discipline. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what turns intentions into results. Motivation is great, but it's temporary. Discipline is what keeps you going. Motivation fades. It's waking up and putting in the work even when you don't feel like it. It's making the choice every day to do what needs to be done, not just what's easy. Another rule, never stop learning. Life is the greatest teacher, but you have to be willing to pay attention. Read books, listen to people who've walked the road, and seek out wisdom everywhere you can. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you stop growing. And if you're not growing, you're dying. Gratitude is another cornerstone. You can't build a fulfilling life without it. Gratitude shifts your perspective. It reminds you of what you have instead of what you lack. It's a magnet for opportunities, for joy, for abundance. So start each day with a grateful heart. And finally, let me say this, faith over fear. Whether you call it faith in yourself, faith in a higher power, or faith in the process, you have to believe. Fear will try to paralyze you. It'll whisper lies that you're not good enough, that you'll never make it. But faith will carry you through. Faith will give you strength when you feel weak. So here's my challenge to you. Take these rules and put them into action. Don't just nod your head and say, that sounds good. Take them and apply them. Because knowledge is power, but only if you use it. If you do that, if you commit to these principles, you'll look back one day and realize this was the moment your life changed forever. Now, the question is, are you ready? Life is a journey, and every single one of you is on a path that's uniquely yours. Some of you might feel lost right now, unsure of which direction to take, while others might feel like you're on the verge of something great but don't know how to seize it. Wherever you stand, one thing is certain, hear it today, because deep down you want more. More clarity, more purpose, more fulfillment. And let me tell you something, wanting more is not selfish. It's not greedy. It's human. But here's the truth, wanting more isn't enough. Hope by itself isn't a strategy. Dreams, no matter how big, don't turn into reality by accident. If you want to change your life, you have to take action. You have to make choices every single day that align with the future you want. And most importantly, you have to follow a set of principles, rules that will guide you when things get tough, when the road gets bumpy, and when you feel like giving up. I'm not standing here to tell you this is going to be easy. It's not. Changing your life is one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it's also the most rewarding. Because there's nothing more satisfying than looking back and realizing you didn't just let life happen to you, you took control. You didn't wait for the perfect moment, you created it. And that's exactly what these 10 rules will help you do. The first thing you need to understand is that life isn't going to hand you what you want. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to knock on your door with a golden ticket and say, here's the life of your dreams. If you want something, you have to go out there and take it. That starts with defining your purpose. Without a clear purpose, you're just drifting. You're reacting to life instead of creating it. Your purpose is your compass, is what keeps you moving forward when the world tries to push you back. Once you know your purpose, you need to commit to it. And I mean really commit, not halfway, not when it's convenient, but every single day. Commitment means discipline. It means doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Because motivation will come and go, but discipline is what will keep you on track. Now, let's talk about failure. I know it's a scary word. Nobody likes to fail, but here's the thing, and failure is inevitable. You can't avoid it no matter how hard you try. So instead of fearing it, you need to embrace it. Failure is a teacher. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to come back stronger. Every successful person you've ever admired has failed probably more times than they can count. The difference is they didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel to keep going. Another key to changing your life is your environment. The people you surround yourself with matter more than you think. If you're constantly around negativity, doubting, excuses are going to hop off on you. But if you surround yourself with people who uplift you, challenge you, and inspire you, that energy will push you to be better. So take a hard look at your circle. Are they building you up or holding you back? Let's not forget about the importance of gratitude. It's easy to get caught up in chasing the next goal, the next milestone, the next big thing. But if you're not grateful for what you have right now, you'll never truly be happy. Gratitude isn't about settling, it's about appreciating the journey while you work toward the destination. It's about recognizing the blessings in your life, no matter how small, and letting that perspective fuel you. Learning is another cornerstone of growth. Life is constantly changing, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Read books. Listen to podcasts. Seek out mentors. Never stop being curious. The moment you think you've got it all figured out is the moment you stop growing. And let me tell you, growth is where the magic happens. You also have to be willing to sacrifice. Nothing worth having comes without a cost. That might mean giving up your comfort, your time, or even some relationships. But remember, short-term sacrifices lead to long-term rewards. Don't let temporary discomfort stop you from reaching your full potential. And finally, you have to have faith in yourself, faith in your journey, and faith in something bigger than yourself. Fear will try to hold you back. It will tell you all the reasons why you can't, why you shouldn't, why it's not worth it. The faith will remind you why you started in the first place. Faith will push you forward when everything else is trying to pull you down. So here's my challenge to you. Take these principles and start applying them today. Don't wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time doesn't exist. Start now. Make the choice to change your life one step at a time. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And when you look back on this moment, you'll realize it was a turning point, the moment you decided to take control of your story. Now, the question is, are you ready? Life is a journey filled with twists, turns, and endless possibilities. Each one of you here today has a unique path, a personal story that's still being written. Some of you might be at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take. Others might be carrying the weight of past mistakes, wondering if it's too late to turn things around. And then there are those of you who feel the fire within, ready to take the next step, but uncertain of how to start. No matter where you find yourself, let me tell you this. You have the power to change your life starting right now. The truth is, life doesn't come with an instruction manual. Nobody hands you a guide that says, here's how to navigate the storms, overcome the setbacks, and rise above the challenges. That's why so many people settle. They get stuck in routines, caught up in fear, and trapped by their own doubts. But if you're here today, it means you're not like most people. You're looking for more. You're ready to take ownership of your future. And that's exactly why I'm here, to give you 10 rules that will not only change your life, but transform the way you see yourself and your potential. Let me be honest with you. The road to a better life isn't easy. It's not comfortable. It's not convenient, but it's worth it. You have to be willing to step into the discomfort, face your fears, and confront the habits and beliefs that are holding you back. Because change doesn't happen by accident. It's a choice, a daily decision to move toward the person you're meant to be. And these 10 rules will serve as your guide, your foundation, and your fuel to keep going even when the journey gets tough. The first thing you need to understand is that your life is shaped by your choices. Every decision you make, no matter how small, either brings you closer to your goals or pushes you further away. Success isn't about luck. It's about preparation, discipline, and consistency. It's about doing the things that most people aren't willing to do. Waking up early to work on your dreams. Saying no to distractions that don't serve your purpose. Pushing through discomfort because you know what's waiting on the other side is worth it. And then there's failure. Most people are terrified of failing. They see it as the end, as proof that they're not good enough. But let me tell you something. Failure is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. Every time you fail, you learn, you grow, you gain the experience and wisdom you need to move forward. So don't run from failure, embrace it. Use it, let it shape you into someone who's stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. Another rule that will change your life is to pay attention to the people you surround yourself with. Your circle matters more than you think. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, and mediocrity, that energy will drag you down. But when you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in your potential, they lift you higher. They push you to be better. They remind you of what's possible. So take a good look at your circle. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Gratitude is another game changer. It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have and chasing the next big thing. But when you take a moment to appreciate what you already have, everything shifts. Gratitude doesn't mean settling. It means recognizing the blessings in your life while you work towards something greater. Start each day with gratitude, and you'll find that even the toughest challenges become more manageable. You also have to commit to lifelong learning. The moment you think you got it all figured out is the moment you stop growing. And growth is what keeps life exciting. Read books. Seek out mentors. Be curious. Life is always teaching you something, but you have to be willing to listen. The more you learn, the more equipped you'll be to face whatever comes your way. Discipline is another cornerstone of success. Motivation will get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. It's what pushes you to show up and do the work, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is about making choices that align with your goals, not your emotions. It's about consistency, focus, and perseverance. Lastly, never lose faith. Faith is what will carry you through the moments when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to stop you, and when the obstacles feel overwhelming. Faith in yourself, faith in your purpose, and faith in something greater than yourself will give you the strength to keep moving forward. So here's the challenge. Take these rules and apply them. Don't just listen, act. Because knowing what to do is only half the battle. It's the action you take that will define your future. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Just take the first step. And when you do, you'll realize that the power to change your life has been within you all along. Are you ready? Because the time to start is now. Life is a story, and every single one of you sitting here today is the author of your own. The question is, what kind of story are you writing? Is it one of resilience, triumph, and growth? Or is it one of missed opportunities and untapped potential? The beauty of life is that no matter where you are in your story, whether you're at rock bottom, halfway through, or just getting started, you have the power to turn the page and write a new chapter. That's what I'm here to talk about. Not wishful thinking, not empty inspiration. I'm here to give you the blueprint. 10 rules that if you commit to them will change your life in ways you can't even imagine. Let me start by saying this. Change isn't easy. If it were, everyone would be doing it. Everyone would be living their dreams, fulfilling their potential, and waking up every day with a sense of purpose. But that's not the world we live in. Most people settle for less than they're capable of because change requires effort. It requires sacrifice. It demands that you step out of your comfort zone and into a place of uncertainty. And that's scary, but let me tell you something. Nothing grows in a comfort zone. If you want to evolve, you have to embrace discomfort. You have to face your fears, confront your doubts, and take steps toward a future that might feel impossible right now. But the first thing you need to understand is that success isn't about luck. It's about choices. It's about habits. Every single day, you're making decisions that either move you closer to your goals or pull you further away from them. It's the little things. What you do when no one is watching, how you spend your time, the way you respond to challenges that shape your future. So ask yourself, are your daily choices aligning with the life you want to live? If not, it's time to change them. Failure is another thing we need to talk about because it's inevitable. Somewhere along the way, you're going to stumble. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to face rejection. And that's okay. In fact, it's more than okay. It's necessary. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to it. Every time you fail, you're given a choice. Will you let it defeat you or will you let it teach you? The most successful people in the world didn't get there because they never failed. They got there because they refused to quit. One of the most important rules for changing your life is to surround yourself with the right people. The people in your life are either lifting you up or dragging you down. There's no middle ground. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, and excuses, it's going to rub off on you. But when you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in you, their energy becomes your energy. They remind you of what's possible and push you to be the best version of yourself. So take a hard look at your circle. Are the people in your life helping you grow or are they holding you back? Another cornerstone of success is discipline. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, no matter what. It's about consistency, focus, and perseverance. And let me tell you, discipline will take you places, motivation. Gratitude is another key to transforming your life. It's easy to focus on what you don't have, to compare yourself to others, and to feel like you're not enough. But when you practice gratitude, when you take the time to appreciate what you already have, you shift your perspective. Gratitude doesn't mean settling. It doesn't mean you stop striving for more. It means you recognize the blessings in your life while working towards something greater. Let's talk about learning. Life is a constant classroom, and the moment you think you've got it all figured out is the moment you stop growing. Growth is what makes life exciting. It's what keeps you moving forward. So be curious. Read books. Listen to people who've walked the path you want to walk. Seek out new experiences. The more you learn, the more prepared you'll be for whatever challenges come your way. Faith is another rule that will change your life. whether it's faith in yourself, faith in your purpose, or faith in something greater, it's what will carry you through the tough times. Fear will try to stop you. It will whisper in your ear telling you you're not good enough, that you'll never make it. But faith drowns out fear. Faith reminds you why you started in the first place. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just listen to these words. Don't let this moment pass without taking action. Commit to these principles. Start small, but start now. Because the truth is, the power to change your life has always been within you. You just have to decide to use it. Now, the question is, are you ready? Life is a journey filled with opportunities, challenges, and countless decisions. Each day offers a new chance to take control, to make choices that define your future, and to create a life that reflects your greatest potential. But here's the thing, no one is going to hand you the life you want. No one is going to knock on your door and say, here's the success, fulfillment, the purpose you've been dreaming about. If you want something, you have to go out there and claim it. You have to be intentional, relentless, and willing to do the hard work. Change doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you decide to take ownership of your life. Let me tell you a truth that might sting. If you don't take control of your life, life will take control of you. It will pull you in every direction, distract you with noise, and lead you down paths that don't align with your purpose. That's why you need a set of guiding principles, rules that keep you grounded, focused, and moving forward, no matter what obstacles come your way. These rules aren't just ideas or theories, they're actions, habits, and mindsets that will transform the way you live. The first thing you need to realize is that your life is shaped by your choices. Every decision you make, no matter how small, has the power to move you closer to your goals or further away from them. Success isn't about luck or chance, it's about consistency. It's about showing up every day and doing the work, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching. It's about making sacrifices in the short term to reap rewards in the long term. So ask yourself, are your daily choices aligned with the life you want to create? If not, it's time to make a change. Another truth is that failure is inevitable. At some point, you're going to stumble, make mistakes, and face rejection. And that's okay. In fact, it's necessary. Failure is not the end, it's a beginning. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to build resilience. The most successful people in the world didn't get there without failing. What sets them apart is their ability to get back up, to take the lessons from their failures, and to keep moving forward. Failure isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. The people you surround yourself with also play a massive role in your journey. Your environment matters. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, and excuses, it will hold you back. But if you surround yourself with people who inspire you, challenge you, and push you to be better, you'll rise to their level. Take a hard look at the relationships in your life. Are the people around you helping you grow? Or are they keeping you stuck? If you want to change your life, sometimes you have to change your circle. Discipline is another critical factor in creating the life you want. Motivation might get you started, but it won't keep you going. Discipline is what drives you to do the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Discipline is about consistency, focus, and commitment. It's about choosing what you want most over what you want now. And trust me, it's worth it. Gratitude is a game changer. It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have, to focus on the gaps and compare yourself to others. But gratitude shifts your perspective. It reminds you of the blessings you already have, no matter how small. Gratitude doesn't mean you stop striving for more. It means you find joy in the process. Start each day by acknowledging something you're thankful for. And you'll find that even the hardest challenges become more manageable. Learning is another non-negotiable. Life is constantly changing. If you're not learning, you're falling behind. Be curious. Read books. Listen to podcasts. Seek out mentors. Never stop expanding your knowledge and skills. The more you learn, the more prepared you'll be to tackle the obstacles in your path. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you make the decision to invest in yourself. And finally, have faith. Faith in yourself, faith in your journey, and faith in something bigger than yourself. Fear will try to hold you back, to whisper doubts in your ear, to make you question your worth. But faith is stronger than fear. It's what keeps you moving forward when everything else tells you to stop. It's what reminds you that you are capable of more than you think. So here's the challenge. You'll just listen to these words, act on them. Take these principles and apply them to your life. Start small, but start today. Because the truth is, you don't have to wait for permission for the perfect time or for everything to fall into place. The power to change your life is already within you. All you have to do is decide to use it. Your story isn't over and you have a pen in your hand. So what's the next chapter going to look like? The choice is yours. Life is an ongoing journey filled with unexpected twists and turns. We all face challenges, hurdles, and moments where we feel lost or unsure of the path ahead. But the most important thing to remember is that you have the ability to shape your journey, to write your own story, and decide how you will face the trials that come your way. No one else can do that for you. And while no one can predict the future, there are certain rules, habits, and mindsets that you can adopt to ensure that no matter what life throws at you, you'll be equipped to handle it and emerge victorious. The first rule to transforming your life is simple. Own your decisions. Too often we get caught up in blaming our circumstances, our upbringing, or the people around us for where we are in life. But here's the truth. Life is about choices. The way you respond to situations, the steps you take every day, the things you prioritize, all of those things shape your reality. If you want change, it starts with the decisions you make today. Will you choose to stay where you are? Will you choose to push forward, even when it feels uncomfortable or uncertain? Every day is a chance to take control, to own your decisions, and to create the life you desire. However, it's important to recognize that change doesn't happen overnight. Transformation is a process. It requires patience, persistence, and most of all, perseverance. The second rule to live by is that success is not an instant result, it's the culmination of consistent effort. Many people get discouraged because they don't see immediate results from their hard work. But real growth doesn't happen overnight, it takes time. The key is to remain committed to the process. Trust that every step you take, every action you take toward your goals is moving you closer to where you want to be. Don't get caught up in the desire for immediate gratification. True success requires consistent effort, and it is built day by day. Along with consistency comes failure. Failure is something that many people fear, but the truth is that failure is inevitable. You will fail at some point. You will make mistakes. You will fall short of your expectations. But you cannot let failure stop you. In fact, failure is one of the most powerful teachers you'll ever encounter. It provides lessons you can't learn any other way. Each failure is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to adjust. The most successful people didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by embracing it, learning from it, and using it to fuel their determination to keep going. Another critical rule to remember is that you can't do it alone. Success isn't a solo journey. It's about building a strong network of people who support and challenge you. The people you surround yourself with have an immense impact on your growth. If you're constantly around negativity, doubt, and pessimism, it'll be hard to stay motivated and focused. But if you surround yourself with people who push you, inspire you, and believe in your potential, you'll find the strength to push through even the toughest moments. Choose your circle wisely, build relationships with people who elevate you and make you a better person. In addition to surrounding yourself with the right people, discipline is another key factor in achieving success. Discipline is the ability to stay focused and committed even when distractions arise. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Motivation is a fleeting feeling that's here today, gone tomorrow. But discipline is constant. It's what helps you show up even on days when you don't want to. It's what keeps you on track when life tries to pull you off course. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to develop the discipline to keep going no matter how hard it gets. Gratitude is another game-changing principle. We often focus on what we don't have, on the things we're striving for, and we forget to appreciate where we are and what we've already accomplished. But gratitude is a powerful force. When you practice gratitude, you shift your mindset from lack to abundance. You begin to recognize the blessings in your life, even in the midst of struggles. And that shift in mindset changes everything. Gratitude helps you stay grounded, focused, and positive, and it allows you to find joy in the journey, not just the destination. Learning is another essential rule for personal growth. Life is always evolving, and if you're not learning, you're falling behind. Whether it's through reading, seeking out mentors, or simply observing the world around you, the key to continued growth is curiosity. The more you learn, the more you expand your mind and your capacity for success. But knowledge opens doors, it creates opportunities, it builds confidence. So never stop learning. The more you know, the better equipped you are to face whatever challenges come your way. And finally, faith is an undeniable force in creating the life you want. Faith in yourself, faith in the process, and faith in something greater than yourself. Faith is what keeps you going when things get tough. It's what gives you the strength to keep pushing forward when the road ahead seems unclear. Faith doesn't mean everything will be easy, but it means that you trust in the journey, in your own abilities, and in the bigger picture. The rules I've shared with you today are not just ideals, they're action steps that will guide you to a life filled with purpose, growth, and fulfillment. But they're only effective if you apply them. The power to change your life is already within you, but it's up to you to take action. Decide today that you will take control of your story. Don't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. Start now and watch as your life transforms. Your future is in your hands. And it's time to create the life you've always dreamed of.